Hi everybody, Terry Arsenault here. For my quarantine creative video, I'm going to show you how I make my Christmas ornaments. And I use ash wood to do it. And on the table over here are some samples. I'll take a branch of the ash wood, I take it and I slice it up. You get slices like this is nice and rough. That's the easy part. But the hard part comes to sanding. It's really a dirty job and it takes a lot of time to sand many pieces. But when I get them all sanded, they look like this. A little smoother. You can see the nice grain on them. And then I slice them in half. Well, almost half. This one isn't. And then I take these and I put a stick between them and I glue them together. And I'm going to kind of show you how I do that. So I'm going to show you first. I'm going to cut a piece of branch to fit that. So I take this coping saw here, and I have this cutting jig I set up with just 3 screws. I just slip the branch in there like that. I take my piece, lay it on the table like that, and then I just size up the branch to make sure it's going to be the same size as the piece. And then I cut it with this coping saw. Now the coping saw is for cutting intricate pieces, but it works well for me down here in my shop in my basement because in Prince Edward Island, Canada, it's still cold out and I don't want to be in a cold, damp garage. So I do this here. And this works just fine for me. There we go. Whoops, I went down the floor. Pick that up. Lay that over there. Now, I take this branch and I take these pieces and I glue it together like this. So I'll get some hot glue here. This is high temperature hot glue. I use that because it gives me more time to play with the piece as I try to set it in place. Oops. There we go. Get that down there a little bit. Oops. Big gob there. I take that. I center it on the piece there and I center it on the top. And to make sure it's centered there and there. And if not, I just slide it around because the glue's still nice and hot. You give that a few seconds to dry or harden. I grab another piece and I apply some more glue. And I put it directly across from the first one. Like that. And I check the bottom to make sure the bottom's the same. Hold it in place for a few seconds till it hardens. Then I grab another piece and I repeat the process. Now I really love the grain on the ash wood, so you can see the beautiful grain there. I try to match it up with the piece next to it as close as I can. So I'm going to put this piece right here and position it. Give myself enough of a gap there. And here too. Get it hardened in place, and sometimes I have to add a little bit of extra glue in here because I have too much of a gap because not all the branches are good and straight. There we go. Then I'll let that harden for a few seconds. Then I'll grab another piece, size it up where that's going to fit with the grain. Add some more glue to this one. Then I'm going to put this one directly across from the other one. Line it up, bottom and top. And like I said, I like to add a little bit more glue sometimes to these because I don't feel it's enough. I don't want these falling apart. Let's just fill in the holes. There, do that. Then I grab the last two pieces, and there's a total of 6 pieces go in here, or 3 slices. Again, I check the grain, match it up with that one, match it up that way, check the bottom looks good. It's almost standing on its own. I got one more slice to go. Check the grain again, try to match it up both sides. And there you go. That's one completed like that. Now comes the second step. It's usually at this point I take the varathane and I give it a coat of varathane, crystal clear. And I'm going to start giving it a second coat after this year. Last year I only did one coat. And then after the varathane's on, I take some red glue, some glitter glue, and I start putting some glitter glue in here. And this will join the pieces together even better. So put the glue in there, and I just carefully put a bead of glue there. Oops. Then I bring it straight down to get that string. Stay on that area, and then go here. Do the same thing. Sometimes it gets a little tough. If I don't give myself enough gap in here, then I have to just kind of eyeball that glue bead. Make sure it's right. And then I just bring it down like that. You can see how it looks. If I get any on here, no problem. When it cools off, it peels right off. And I'll do this side here. The trick is to get a nice smooth bead, and it's kind of hard to do when you get. You see how that turned out? That's really nice. And then I'll do one more here. See, I didn't space the wood, the pieces out enough for that last one there. It's a little tight. Then bring that down so I don't get the string in my way. I got 2 more to go. Oh, let me put another piece in this glue gun here first. I used to be a welder, so running a bead was something I used to do a lot, but this is a little different than welding. It's similar because you are welding pieces together. Now see the gap there and the gap here is not very big. This one should have been adjusted a little more. Oops, that'll come off after. Then I'm going to put this one here. Now I got to hold the glue gun a little differently because I didn't give myself enough gap here. Just looking for that little glue bead to come up to the top there. There we go. There. And when I'm done that, I just run a bead along the top. You got to put this down so my hand's steady. It should just fill in the gaps there. That might be that. And then I'll run that down there to get that string to go on that way. And then I'll do this bottom part here. It also kind of pretties it up a little bit too. Hides all the rough edges. And again down there. Now, you got to tie these all in together. That there. That down there. And you notice I'm bringing the downstroke here because you get these fiber hairs from the glue. Just bring it like that so it doesn't go all over the wood. And then I can take care of it after with a heat gun to melt those hairs away. And then I'll do the same here. You can see where it's not tied in together there. The hardest part of this job is the sanding, the cutting. It's really dirty. This is the fun part, putting it together. Once you have all the pieces sanded and ready to go to assemble. Just about there. That's it. There you go, that's one piece. The complete job is like this right here. That is what it's going to look like. There's an eye in the top, a hook, and I add ribbon, as you can see in the back there. I have different sizes. Most of these will stand free if I do it right. Sometimes they fall over. Just like that. But we'll just leave them. There we go. This is one I'm working on. It's a new design I'm coming up with. I'm going to probably push that this year. And this last one here is a design that one of my customers commissioned me to do. And this is a really nice one. I got it because she wants it to hang outside, but this will spin. If I had a free hand, I'll do that with this. But I'm not too sure about being outside, but we're testing it with her, and we'll see how it fares out. And that's the process of making my Christmas wood ornaments out of ash wood.